Just to let you guys know, we are going to be recording this because they'll be doing it for those that are not able to attend. They might be caught up in the parkings, trying to get moved in. Every year we're faced with students that think that they're non-traditional students. So I'm just giving you guys a heads up. You got this. For a non-traditional student is normally someone that is 24 years of age and has probably not ever attended college or the university setting. So just to give a quick description about that. Do what I wanted to do. Yeah.
Just like it's there. Yeah.
That one. You're good.
Good morning. How long are you anticipating this meeting will be?
I'm gonna let you, we're looking at an hour online, but it may not take that long because we run this one a whole lot different. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and try to open up the questions that you may possibly have. And then we'll address those, but then we'll give you guys some more information about Canvas, how you could work around Canvas if you haven't used Canvas before. And just talk about the services that we have available. Okay. I think I did get information to you about the welcomes that are coming on that are being taken place tomorrow, starting at 1. Then there's virtuals. So just to let you know, you should have gotten that link. If not, I have with me, and I'll do some introductions as we go ahead and begin. My name is Betsy Chavez. I'm the Golden Student Success Coordinator here at what we call the Golden Student Success Center, but I'm not the coordinator of the building. We have 3 different facilities here. That is library services, distance learning, and tutoring. In the GSSC, we also have Einstein Brothers Bagels, so you can get your bagels here if you're on campus, but go from there. With me, I also have Alex Ingalls, and I'm gonna let her introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Alex Ingalls. I am the instruction and engagement librarian here. So I coordinate the library instruction and make sure everybody has what they need. This is also my first dog days, so I'm kind of here with all y'all because I started late last year.
Way to go. And then I don't know if you see her, she's in the very back. If she speaks up, the camera might focus on her. But her name is Dolores Jones, and she's the administrative assistant for tutoring. And Dolores and I have been doing this now for about, what, 5, 6 years, Dolores? So every time we do it, every time it's different. So if you think of something or we elaborated on something and you want to stop us, please let us know. For those of you that are online, we have 3 individuals here on our on campus with us this morning, and some will trickle in. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm hoping that all of you can see my screen. So as you know, I went over to Dog Days, and this is the virtual part of it so that you would see what's happening this morning. We are right now at the 10 o'clock till noon. This meeting will not last till noon, so you guys don't have to get tired of hearing me or Alex or Dolores. We want to get you out of here because we have learned that non-traditional students really don't have patience for anything anymore. So we understand.
Patience. Patience is a virtue. What's your name? I'm sorry, I came in a little late.
I'm Betsy Chavez.
Betsy?
I'm Alex Ingalls.
Okay.
And Dolores Jones. So a lot of the times we have either experienced life already and gotten into that big workforce. And so now we want to come back to school, which is great. But there's some things that we just want to go to. We don't need to worry about anything else. We want to encourage you to attend the sessions that they do have on campus for those that are here. Be engaging in a lot of the different programs. There's comedians on campus. There are so many different events that you guys are still welcome to come to. Don't feel that we're too old for that because we really aren't, okay? When we look at this, let's go ahead and look at, does anyone have questions that are really burning right now that you just want to ask and we can just shoot into those?
So like I'm new here to New Mexico in general. So I'm from Ohio, and that's like my question was that I didn't even know about this. I went into like a little thing. Damn, I'm always dancing in Union Hall. I don't know why. They always play music, so I'm always just like, okay, what's going on? It's like, okay, they broke this down. So like, do we not go through the orientation that they have for like the first year students? Like, should I or should I go or should I go?
No, you are welcome to go to online. First time freshmen, they are doing their stuff starting tomorrow. And you could go to that, those that are on campus, go to it. Because you're going to hear about a lot of the services that I'm going to go over with, but you don't have to deal with the bustle and bustle of, participating in activities that they have going on. They'll have it tomorrow. They have it what they call Win It To. What is that? It's that game show.
I'm not sure. It might be it's not on this.
I do have it on mine.
I was reading it.
And when are they gonna do like a major tour of this whole campus? Because I was lost my first day getting here. And I'm not gonna say I wasn't, because I really was. And I got classes on campus and I still don't know where yet. And I don't travel.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I got my steps in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I still don't even know where my 2 classes are.
Okay, we will be able to help you with that, okay? What they're calling it is it Win It To Win It. Okay, they're gonna have a lot of different activities and you're gonna have a lot of the services that are gonna come forward and give you a 2-3 minute blurb of what we do. So that's also gonna be an online version for those that are online. And I believe that's tomorrow at 3, if I'm not mistaken. I might have sent that information to you as well. So we have it to where we're here on campus, but you'll experience more on campus because you get to go and visit the different parts of the different buildings. The buildings will be open so that you walk in and go see where your class is going to be, so you're not lost. Yes, Dolores. Yes. If those are online, we have what they call Capture the Greyhound. They go around in the group tours and they actually see the different buildings and they get information about that as well. That, let me
Says
double
right
check
here,
that.
It says 10 a.m. on Monday. Yeah.
10 a.m. at the Campus Union Ballroom. For those of you that have not seen this, you happen to go to the main page. And this is our main page for the university. If you scroll down and you're gonna see this nice like AC/DC logo, there's the dog days, okay? You could click on that and then you move down, you view the dog days event schedule and then click on virtual. And these are when your virtuals for those that are on virtual, and then in-person activities are there as well. Okay, do we have any questions from anyone here on campus that might be?
I've been asking a lot. I've been here since Thursday, so I've been asking a lot of questions. I'm at West Campus Apartments, and so I'm new to Portales too. I've been asking a lot of these questions as we go. Like hers, I was a little lost myself, but I got a map from somebody. There's also a screen here that has like an interactive map that's really useful. Like for the people on campus anyway, that's what I've been able to find my way around. I spent a lot of time upstairs in the science fiction area. The library was cool.
I haven't been to the library tour. Somebody told me to do that.
There's a library right in this building, like opens
Yes.
later, I think.
So
Yeah.
this facility that we are currently in is called the Golden Student Success Center. And it used to be called the Golden Library. About 5 years ago, they rebuilt this so that it could be an interactive spot for students. It's not 100% quiet because, of course, if you're working with Einstein Brothers Bagels, you make lattes, they make coffee, they make all kinds of good stuff. The machines are not quiet in this location. So we deal with a lot of there's a buzz that's always around in here. We have tutoring that takes place in different areas. We have library services. There are some quieter, should I say, quieter areas within the stacks of where our books are at. And then there's also distance learning. Now, distance learning is probably a very vital part for online learners or any student, because we use Canvas. And Canvas is where we're going to show you a little bit more depth into how to get into Canvas, because most of your classes are going to be there. So they, in distance learning, will help you definitely if you have any problems. If a class is not coming up or you're not viewing where the faculty have told you to go and do an assignment, distance learning will definitely help you. But I will be the first one to tell you that working with faculty is your best. You always want to talk to them. You always want to let them know what's happening. If you are going to be gone because there's a surgery that might be coming to take place, you want to let them know as soon as possible. Try to be as proactive as you possibly can. While I'm speaking about if you're going to be gone and talking to faculty, we have counseling career services that take part of a leave. So if you notify them, they will help you get that information out to your faculty. Does not mean it's an excused absence. It's just giving them notification of where you're at. So that way, if you're gone for that week, they know something has happened. So try to reach out to them, but most importantly, reach out to your faculty. Faculty will put out early alerts on students. Early alerts is something that I take care of in my position because I am a retention coordinator as well. And we help students. So if you get an early alert, the faculty has reported that there might be an issue that might be affecting your grade. What happens with that is, depending on who your advisor is, you will be notified and just let them know that I have an issue. Once this alert goes out, you get the notice, the advisor gets the notice, and I get the notice. Within 3 days, I then find out whether or not they have made connections with you. If you haven't been made connections with, I will call you, but we would prefer you to get back to us so that way we can relay back to the faculty what might be the situation. Okay? This does not go down on an academic record, so it's not going to be anywhere recorded But the thing is, we want to make sure that you are successful in what you are trying to accomplish, and that's getting your degree. Any questions on early alerts? Okay. Next thing I'm gonna go ahead and do, how about our distance students? Do we have any questions from you?
She's asking.
Cause I'm online and I got some students.
Yes.
So here's my thing, I've got some stuff, like, are you here like to help us, like? Yes. So if you put some of these codes in online, I don't know where to do that.
Okay, what was that?
Like someone like my books I got, give me like a card.
You need a card?
No, some of the books I have are
Uh-huh.
like, it's like a card, like just paper
Mhm.
with a code, like, do you help with that? Cause I don't know where to go at to put these codes in.
Okay, that is most of the time you're gonna get those through our online bookstore. We have it here. You go in, I'm gonna go ahead and show you where that is, okay? So if I went back to my home page, you get back onto your home page, there's a link up on the top that has current students and it has my portal. These two are the most things that you want to go into. When you go into my portal, my ENMU portal, I'm sure and hopefully everyone has logged in. As a student, you would do the SD /, but as staff, we use the AD /. And then make sure that you use your ID. If you have your ID or if you have changed it, you want to go ahead and make sure that you use your password there.
I have a question about that password real quick. Mine is saved on my computer. If we're needing to get, if we need to reset it or if we can't remember it, mine's saved, so that's how I've been logging in. But if I don't remember it, is there someone, who would I call for this password?
Okay, you want to make sure that you contact the help desk. So the question that he asked, in case those that did not see, if you forget your ID, who do you call? That would be our help desk, and that number is 575-562-4357. And it's actually help.
Can I get the numbers one more time? Sorry.
Yes, 575
Okay.
562-4357. So the screen you're going to be looking at was that through current students. Your portal should look very similar to this. Now, please let you know, we just changed to this new portal. So us as staff, as well as students, are trying to navigate within that. So please, there has been some communities, okay? I'm gonna look at the communities. If you click on communities, there's a lot of communities that you could be involved in. You could view them. Once you get into that and search for something specific that you want, you could join a community if you can. So for instance, if I wanted to go to the forums community, I could explore. I have administrative rights, so it's not gonna really show you a lot. Campus Life, for instance. There's some forms that they have in here that you could definitely look at. We are still in the process of updating a lot of those pages, so be patient with us. Or if you need to, try to contact them through email and let them know that you're trying to join their community portal. Okay. It's on a mission here this morning. Get back here. Okay, so a lot that we have is going to be underneath the side. Under favorites, just to give you an idea. If you are constantly going to a community or something of that nature, a form that you need, you can move it into favorites and it will be there for you. Okay, so you don't have to use the navigation pane on the left-hand side to try to figure out where everything's at. For instance, registration, okay? Registration for students, we have the ad drop. Just to let you know, you have until next Tuesday to actually drop from a class and add another class. If you wait to drop it on Wednesday, you are still going to be charged for that class. So it's very important to keep track of those dates that you have available. Yes,
Yeah, if you make that mistake and you are charged, is that gonna get you a W as well, like on your transcript? Like if you wait until after that Tuesday?
correct.
Okay.
Yes. So if you wait until afterwards, it goes as a W on your transcript. Okay,
That can mess up your financial. So
that is correct. And what's even worse is if you don't do anything about that class afterwards, say for instance, if I don't attend, I'm going to be withdrawn anyways. That's not the case here. You will get an F.
okay, that's
And there's nothing that will bring your GPA down further than an F.
it brings your GPA and your completion rate, so it's like a double whammy on that.
Correct. Those online, were you guys able to hear? If we could get hands up or raise your hand, just to let us know that it's okay.
Yes, ma'am, I heard you.
Okay, good.
I couldn't hear.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I couldn't hear.
You couldn't hear? So we're talking about making sure that you pay attention to deadlines as far as dropping. Because if you go without thinking that a professor is just going to withdraw you because you haven't shown up, that is not the case. They will actually put an F on that, which will lower your completion rate because it's going to go against towards the hours that you try to attempt, as well as the GPA for the semester. So you want to pay attention to that. If you are taking an 8-week course, the deadline's faster for that. If it's a 16-week course to withdraw from it, there's a later date for that. So you want to make sure that you're looking at the schedule part of this, which is found on the portal. We'll go back over to the schedule. And when you go back and look at that, you can look at the dates. You can see the terminology that we use here. There are some people that come in and say, you need to go over to the bursar's office. On this university, we are not known as the bursar's office. We are known as the registrar's office or student accounts office. So the terminology, if you hear it from another family member, oh, I used to go over to the bursar's office and they took care of everything. We don't have that here on this campus. We need to make sure that we look at the same terminology. Sometimes we look puzzled ourselves because that's the first time we even heard the term. So we're good though. This campus, I hope you know, it's very small. However, faculty get to know you by name, right? And before long, if you're really great, we're gonna know about you. If you're really bad, we're gonna know about you. If you're right in the middle, we're still gonna get to know about you. So that's what's important to us, okay? The advising center, I don't know how many of you may be advised to the advising center. This is your first time at the university. The advising center actually advises you until you're about 45 credit hours, and they'll move you on to the faculty advisor. And the faculty advisor is on whatever degree you have decided to go into. Once you're there, faculty will be able to help you and get you to the point to where they will advise you to that degree. Okay, yes.
Question about that. So I was contacted, I don't know if there's a difference. It told me, they gave me, they emailed me as a Dr. Brian Pasco, and I think he's a professor. But,
is.
So is that a faculty advisor or is that like for my degree? Because they recommended that I meet with him for advisement already. I have 26 credit hours. I don't have 45.
Are you a math major?
I'm computer science.
Computer science. So yes, Dr. Pasco is a chair out there.
Okay.
And so what they do is they want you to make sure that you visit with somebody within that degree plan, just to get a clear understanding. But if you're still under the advising center, they
Okay.
will have you declare your major, and then they will assign that advisor to them.
Okay. One more question, sorry. Are those professors already on campus, like, as of today?
Actually, faculty were on campus last week.
Oh, so they're already.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sorry, that's our dog days coordinator. I put him on. Yes, so how do you find out who your advisor is? If you happen to go onto the portal, if you notice right under these, what we call hamburger marks, it looks like a hamburger, but without the lettuce and tomatoes. We actually click here, and then it should be able to allow you, sorry about that. Not working on me now. That is not where I needed to go.
Click on the three buttons.
Yeah.
There we go, thank you. See, thank you so very much. But there is a section here that says student. And I was trying to get to that.
Do you want me to pull up mine? Because I.
When you see,
I see student right here.
okay, so in finding that little section, it talks to you about all your classes, and it lets you know who your advisor is. And it's most likely in this section where I have workflow.
It says schedule, it usually has like, all your business on there.
Mhm.
Even your
Like-
student account.
Yeah.
Your advisor.
Oh, I know where you're saying.
Yeah, I've just seen
You're
it
trying to
pop
say.
up. It's not on right now, though. like-
Yeah, I can't find it either.
No, this is
I
like,
know.
it's right here, it's literally blank, but usually it has like some like words going right here. But I don't see any words today.
Right. And
Your
it,
workflows are blank too, so. 'Cause that's where ours is, where your workflow is.
right. So it's in the homepage, it's gonna tell you who your advisor is. If you're not sure, I would make the recommendation that you talk to someone in the advising center. Okay? Moving on, let me get back to registration. Those that are here on campus or those that are completely online, if you ever come on campus, it's recommended that you make sure that you get parking pass.
It's very.
And that way you could get that online as well. But you'll need to fill out the form, and then you'll need to contact the Department of Public Safety and let them know that you're an online student. And then when you come on campus, you may have to stop by there so you could get your ticket, your parking sticker. It is free, but they do. I'm sorry, I'm just reading up on some of the things. Okay, so yeah, just make sure that we follow up with the advisor. Because it should be showing, but if it's not showing, then most likely it's the advising center. Okay, if you are a transfer student, for those that, if someone logged on, but they're a transfer student, you want to make sure you check with the transfer center. Okay. Going back over the registration. Yes, ma'am.
Where's that center? Transfer center?
The transfer center. The transfer center is located over in the Student Academic Services Building. And it's right next to, this is what I'm thinking, it's financial aid enrollment services, and the transfer centers right there in that area. Yes, in room 107, okay? Moving to order textbooks. I think most of you might already have them. If not, if you're here, the campus bookstore is actually right behind the campus union, little building that's there. And you'll be able to place your books, order here, order your books, and be able to find the class. You will be able to, once you find, I don't take classes, so I apologize. But you would be able to add another course once you've got in. You want to search the department. So for instance, if the county, who's the instructor? I'm going to go ahead and put Miss Wallace. I pick another course. If that's the only thing, then we want to view your materials. Just to let you know, that's how much it costs for an accounting book. Okay. There's other places that you will eventually find out more and more about as you become students, but you could find them on Amazon, you could find them on Chegg, Half Books, all these different sites have the option to get these books or do some type of a rental you rent them for 3 months, 6 months, but you get to rent them. Yes.
There's a flyer on the door to the bookstore that says, leave today. I don't remember the exact time, so I don't want to give out false time, but it says they have used books that they're selling today too for some of the classes, something. So. there might be
Yes.
something. It's on the bookstore.
Yes.
Anybody that wants to check that out.
The only thing I do ask that you be very cautious if you do use any of those other platforms to buy books is sometimes the disc that if you have a CD that goes with it or a book that goes with it may not come with it because once it's used, it's used.
Like the access codes and all of that for your online platforms, that's one person. So like I've made the mistake before of like ordering a book used. I'm like, this book's too expensive. I order it used and then you're like, oh, now I don't have access to the online stuff and you need it. So yeah. And then you have to buy it again.
Amazon's really good, like if people, they're too expensive,
Mhm.
go to Amazon.
Yeah.
They do give out like accurate access codes. That's what I do.
Correct.
I don't know about anybody else, but I do know about Amazon.
Right. Well, and also just to let you know, within our bookstore, you could actually get the swag if you're interested in swag. Okay. If you're doing anything like an online class or you need to do Zoom or, we just went through a pandemic, we needed to have a nice environment that looked like it was, we're professionals. So you might want to put some swag on your walls, just to give that environment that I'm proud to be a Greyhound. Way to go. So this is pretty much where you go with your bookstore items, okay? With this portal, you're gonna know that everything opens in a new window, so you could get lost really quick with the number of tabs that you open up. Your holds, if you have any holds, you need to make sure that you view that section within the portal because that's going to tell you what kind of holds you have as well. Now, I know that possibly when you got registered, you went through a lot of different things. For instance, I'm going to click on my CAP degree evaluation. They do workshops. They will submit emails to you, letting you know this different type of things. You come in, and I'm just going to pull up a degree evaluation. Degree evaluation lets you know what you're, pretty much what you're going for as far as your degree, and it lets you know. So this was my last evaluation. I'm going to view that. Make sure you hit the little radio button. And then make sure you press generate. The way that this often looks is at the end of the semester, it tells you what to put in a date. You don't have to just generate it because it looks at a bookend. So if you were to finish your degree right now, you would be able to see this. So you would see, I'm going to show you that I'm a business administration MBA thesis. This tells me no, I have not completed this class. It does tell me yes. So it gives you some kind of a visual of where you are within your degree. If you want to play around with this, there should be at the very bottom somewhere. Oh, hold on. There used to be a what if analysis. There it is. It's right here in this section. You can do a what if analysis, and then if I was to plug in a different type of degree, you could see what it would happen, what would transfer over, what's going to count where. Okay, any questions on that? You'll be able to see final grades, you'll be seeing your grade details, you'll be seeing midterm grades. Faculty normally do that about week 8, 7 or 8. And let you know. If you don't, make sure you communicate with them so that they could get some kind of an idea where you are in the class if you haven't received any grades. Okay. You could get an unofficial academic transcript from this. It's probably no cost to you. The official transcript is a cost. Okay. Important part on the portal will be this first cube for forms and downloads. This is where you're going to find a lot of your forms. Now, you may have this section for faculty and staff, but there is a general forms area where you'll be able to find more things. For instance, if you don't have a job, but you want to work on campus, or is there an opportunity that you do an online job, you want to go into these areas and find out more about. But in order to work on campus, you need to make sure you have clearance. If you never worked on campus before, you would have to take in forms that are required from the HR department. And I could tell you the two basic ones that we're used to is your social security number and your driver's license. Okay. When you fill out that, they'll give you paperwork. It's your I-9 forms, your W-4 forms. You'll fill all that stuff out. And then therefore, student employees only work 20 hours for student employee on campus. But you'll also need to make sure that you have a FAFSA that is completed. FAFSA is your financial aid, and just to make sure. Okay, when you do that, once you've been there one semester, you will be able to go through the student, get to the HR forms and print out a student's clearance. Since I'm not a student clearance, it's going to tell me that I'm not an active student. Okay. Counseling Career Services has a form here that you could click onto. You can look at the student job list, what they have available. On Friday, August 25th, they will be doing a part-time student employment job fair at the campus union, and that is between 11 and 1. And you'll have departments that will be there, and they will have job descriptions. They will interview you possibly right there, but that is on Friday, the 25th.
This one.
Great. Okay, any questions so far, distance learners that are on Zoom? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass this over, and I'm going to open a new window incognito. I'm going to go ahead and have Alex sign in for you. She's going to go over Canvas with you, as well as library services information.
All right, so if you haven't used Canvas before, I think it's pretty user-friendly. I've used it both as a student and a teacher. I used to teach K-12, and I think it's pretty user-friendly. It makes sense, at least to me. Most of the time, the professors have like a format that they have to follow, so it should look pretty similar from course to course. So once you're in your portal, you'll have a link to your Canvas. It'll say Portalis, so you'll click on there. and it should open up your Canvas. I'll tell you that the course that I have right now that I'm taking is very empty, but all the buttons still show up. So this is what Canvas looks like. You'll have your courses up top. You can favorite them so that they show up here. So if you've like gone through several semesters, you'll want like your current classes and not your past classes. So to do that, you'll go under courses and you'll see all courses and you'll click on that. And then you'll star the ones that you're taking. And those are the ones that'll show up on the homepage. Yeah.
Question,
Yeah.
how, on your dashboard, it shows your unpublished courses too?
That's because like I'm a staff member.
Oh, okay.
So we have
Looks
like
like I
a
don't even
staff
have that.
one. Yeah, yeah. You won't have unpublished. That will just be like the faculty and the staff have those.
I see.
So you'll just see like your courses that are active. They might not be active, so don't panic. Some professors, are a little slower on their like publishing than others. So on your account, you'll have like all of your info. So like your name and your like you have a bio or a picture or whatever. You also can do your notifications from there. And Canvas sends you a ton of notifications if you don't change the settings. They'll send you a notification for almost anything, it feels like. So if you go into your account and the notifications, you can change those. So, and you can change like how you get them. There's also an app. You can download the app too for Canvas. Yeah. So, just like on your your iPhone or your Android, you can download the app.
The name is Canvas.
Yeah, it is. Which is kind of nice because you can see everything, so you can check your grades on there. That's what I used to do. So if you go onto the site, it'll show you different options for your notifications. So for your due dates, if you want just a weekly summary, so once a week it'll send you what's due. You might also want a daily summary, like what's due every day or something like that. You can also turn the notifications off. Grading policies, course content, that's when courses show up, like course content, like quizzes or something shows up on there. I find that's not super useful unless you are forgetful, like you forgot that you have a quiz or something, but usually that's ahead of time. Announcements are really good to have. You can notify immediately on those. That's where your professor will send out like a note or something, which is nice. Yeah, there's all sorts of notifications and I would play around with those, especially after you get a kind of a sense of what the notifications are, because it can feel overwhelming. Like when I was in my courses, I was like, why do I keep getting emails from Canvas? Like it was a lot. Okay, any questions about that? I think it's pretty useful. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my dashboard. So your courses look like this. Oh yeah.
Where is the app found? Is it on is it on Google Play or is it in the App Store?
It should be in the App Store. Yeah, because I have an iPhone, so it was on the iOS store.
Mine was on
For
Google.
for somebody with an Android.
Google Play.
Yeah.
Somebody said Google Play. And you
Canvas
just
Student. Is what it's
Canvas
called.
Student is what it's called.
Canvas
Yeah.
Student. Thank you.
Yeah, and it should look pretty similar to the desktop version too. I think it's pretty
There we
easy to
go.
navigate too.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, so let's go over the sides here. So on the courses, you can click on courses and it'll show the courses that you're in. That's one way to get into them. You can also just click on the little boxes here. The calendar is really useful. That'll show all your due dates for all of your stuff. So this is a really useful feature just to see when everything's due. And it'll also show you the time too. And when assignments show up, so I've got one thing in here, you should be able to click on them or at least see what they are and it should take you to it.
Question.
Yeah.
So like, even if your class, so all the classes are in Canvas?
Some of them might not be showing up right now.
Yeah, that's why I was asking her about the
Yeah.
unpublished ones, so she got on the show. Only
Yeah.
if they published, so only 2 of my professors have
Yeah.
published so far, so those are the only ones that show on there. But if you go to the left of your courses, it has, it should have, you can see all courses.
The only class I don't have showing is Spanish one.
Yeah, they might not publish, the professors might not publish until like Monday or Tuesday.
Okay.
Because I think they're probably still working on something, or
Okay.
maybe they forgot to hit publish because like you have to go in and publish it. So if you're not seeing all your courses, don't panic. Now, if you get to like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and you're still not seeing something, then that would be something to just bring up to your professor. Like, I still can't see the course. Like, what am I supposed to do? So I would say like if by the first class you're not seeing it, then talk to them because they'll get you added, or maybe, you know, to just hit publish or whatever. Okay, calendar, your inbox is like your direct messages for Canvas. So like your professors can send you messages, other students can send you messages. They'll show up there. If you have a notification on, it will send you an email when you get a message. It looks like an email basically. Some professors like to use the Canvas inbox, some professors don't. They'll let you know whether they want you to email them or to like direct message them. Yep. Okay, and then your courses, I think they're pretty easy to navigate. Once you click into a course, most courses look like this on the front, gives you all the information about like your professor, like if you are in person, it'll show you where your class is, all of that. And then a lot of the times they'll have like important links. So like resources for you. I have to do a participation agreement for my art class. So like it says to complete that. So it gives me the link and everything. But I find that most of the courses kind of look like this. Up at the top, there's the announcements. That's just what professors send out. Just little announcements. So like my professor was like, hey, this is where we're meeting. Make sure you're in class or whatever. So that's the announcements. On the side, it tells you exactly what is in the course, and the links are usually pretty self-explanatory. So like your syllabus is generally under syllabus. So there's my course syllabus for my class. The announcements are under announcements. Makes sense. I find that most professors use modules. So they'll do like a weekly module and it'll have like, you know, an overview of the module and the assignments or the readings or whatever. Typically, most professors use that from what I've seen. They usually have class resources as well under the modules. So like if you're using MediaSite, especially if you're online, it'll have a link to like that and other resources and stuff like that. Your assignments should show up there too. Usually they're done by like a week by week basis. You can also click on assignments and it should show you what assignments you have. It'll also show when it's due there. Quizzes is quizzes. So if you have a quiz, it'll show up there. Your grades show up under grades, you know, like you would think. And you can switch between courses in grades too, which is kind of nice. So if you're looking at grades for one class, you can switch to another class. Like if you're just going to look at all your grades at one time. So your grades show up there. It'll give you a total and everything. You can also arrange by different things. So by due date, by name, whatever. The people are the people in your class. You can look at all the people in your class if you really want to. Files are things you upload to the class or what your professor uploads. Typically, you're not going to probably click on there. I find that really confusing because it goes into different like folders and stuff. It's really a lot. Same with pages. That's generally for professors. Office 365 will give you a link to get Office 365. You get it for free, yes. Office 365.
So can you like download it on your computer and like log in?
Mm-hmm. Yep. The library link is for the library. Please click on it. I'm a librarian, so I'm going to promote the heck out of that. I'll show you our library website as well. Yep. And then tutoring services goes to tutoring services. So Betsy's in charge of tutoring. So
I'm going to do this really quickly. if you click on the tutoring portal, it might be something different right now on campus. We have QR codes, but what's real important is if you could get a tutor here, and I'm gonna just pick one because this is our summer schedule. And you will normally see a picture of this tutor as well as what they tutor. So it'll be able to help you there, okay? So just to let you guys know, I know they have scheduled another Zoom appointment here at 11 o'clock. So I'm gonna go ahead and cancel. Is there any questions from those that are online that you'd like to ask rather quickly?
No, ma'am, I'm good.
I have a question.
Yes.
So one of my courses, they're requiring the mandatory video, audio for proctor testing. Do I need
Okay.
the Google Chrome or can I use the Microsoft Edge I think I have for
It's
that?
whatever your faculty would recommend, I would go ahead and have you do that.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
My parent wants to know how to get in the parent portal.
Into the,
My mom, because I have Canvas student on my phone now, my mom wants to download and figure out how to get into Canvas parent. How would she do that?
we
Would she
don't
use?
have that on this campus, but I would definitely direct you to contact this number. The number is 575-562-2165. That is distance learning, and they could possibly help you with that a little bit more.
Okay.
Now, if you have any more questions, for those that are online, please call me or email me at betsy.chavez with a Z @enu.edu. If you send me the question, and if it's something that goes to Alex, I'll go ahead and forward over
Yeah.
to Alex, or I'll forward you in the direction that we need to go with, okay? I appreciate those that are logged online with us, and hope to hear from you soon.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Same to you.
You said you was allowed